Welcome once again to our online ENC course. This video is designed to give you a tour of Canvas. This is our second video in the series of the introduction to our course. The first one you saw got you to Canvas. This one is going to walk you through how Canvas is set up. Again, my name is Trisha Risen. I'll be your instructor for our course. I'm looking forward to working with each of you. After watching this video, you'll understand where to find information in our online Canvas course, and you'll understand how to navigate and complete our weekly modules. Those are the two goals for this particular video. Just as a quick review, in our last video, we looked at how we navigate and log into Canvas, and we did it through the following steps. You're going to open up your internet browser. Again, I find that Chrome does work the best with Canvas, although any of them will work. Chrome seems to have the fewest glitches. Go to tcc.fl.edu, click on Resources. On the Resources page, you'll see an icon called Class Login with the Canvas logo. It'll say in parentheses Canvas. Go ahead and click on that, and then log in to Canvas using your TCC username or password. So let's head back over there and take a look at our Canvas. Once we are on Canvas, just as a reminder, you should see our course on your dashboard. If you don't, remember that there are a couple of reasons why it may not appear. One is that it may not be published by your instructor. More likely, it is because you have not designated it to be on your dashboard. And so go into all courses and just make sure that the star next to the course that you want on the dashboard is filled in or colored in so that it will sit on your dashboard. Once you go back, you should see the course published, and then you can choose and open up our course. So let's go ahead and click. This opens up our course and takes you to our home page. I'm going to go to Student View for just a few minutes so that I see what you see. When you log in, you will not see the pink around the frame. That is just because I am currently in Student View. So let's just do a quick tour. A lot of this you'll go back through and read through on your own, but I just wanted to give you a brief tour so that you know what to expect or where things are located. You'll notice here on the left, you'll have a navigation menu which provides you all of the links that you need for our course. The announcements, which we'll talk about, those are the things that I broadcast out during different times. One being at the very beginning of the week when the module is published by 8 a.m. each Monday morning. You'll see announcements. It's also my way to get in touch with all of us as a class. So those announcements are published throughout as needed, but specifically with regards to the beginning of the week. You have your link for the syllabus, which we will talk about in full in our third and final intro video, which is included in our first module. Virtual office will take you to my Zoom office. That means you'll pop in when you need to chat. We'll look at the office hours in just a second. This is our way to meet face-to-face. This is a great way for us to conference or look at a draft because we can share screens. All you need to do is click on that, and it will open up your Zoom for you to go ahead and enter my office. When you enter my virtual office, you're put in a waiting room, and that's so that if I am working with a student that's ahead of you, it just means that you're hanging out. Just like if we were in my face-to-face office and someone was in my office, you would wait outside. This does the same thing. The modules, which we're going to look at in just a few minutes, is where all of the content and assignments are housed and organized. Grades are where you can at any point look and see how you're doing with the grades and the assignments. I will have a quick video on that a little bit later. Of course, our people, so we can see who we are working with, our learning community. You can contact each other just with your TCC email. And then we will talk about these two links a little bit later on as we work with them. So our homepage is just that. The homepage is meant to introduce you to our course, but also provide some very important information and resources. First being beginning our course, 3 easy steps. You're watching the video right now. Read through the rest of the homepage to familiarize yourself with the course content, and then head over to modules. 3 easy steps to start our course. As we walk through our homepage, you'll notice a course overview. You'll notice that we have what the course is, what the name of it, the modality, which is online, and our term, our course, when it starts and when it finishes it. The middle part here is my information, the different ways that you can get a hold of me through my Zoom office, through email, as well as through my cell phone number. If you do text me, please include your first and last name in the text so that I can reference it. My office hours are right here. I am in my office from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. That means that you can just pop into that virtual office, that link I just showed you. Come on in if you have a question. I can meet during other times, so we can set up appointments that work for you. So if there is a time throughout the week that works best for you, we will look together and set those times up. So please don't take a look at this and think you could never meet with me. You absolutely can, because I can meet during different times. The next part of the homepage is the course description and the learning outcomes. Those are things that I'm going to cover in another video, so I'm going to just kind of breeze by those, but just know that they are here. I do want you to come back to this section right here. What this does is provide the different parts of our Canvas course and what they do. So a lot of what this video is covering is also included in this table about navigating our course. In other words, what the different pieces and parts of our Canvas course do and what they're for. I also have a frequently asked questions section, and this is where you can find a lot of different resources to the questions that I get most often about our course. So it allows you to come back to these frequently asked questions. One of them is, who do I contact for help with technology? So not only in this section does it have links, but it has the telephone numbers as well to get those answers. So the frequently asked questions, you can come back and take a look just so you'll know how to navigate, or if you just need a refresher, or links to different things. I also have a list and links of different campus and course resources that you can access. A lot of these we will talk about throughout the semester, specifically the Learning Commons that provides a lot of different resources to us. Your IT help desk is also once again linked here. We also have some virtual TCC resources that you can access. And then we have at the bottom of our page our course calendar. Now this table is going to grow with us. What that means is this course is not a self-paced course. I publish a new module each week by 8 a.m. And the purpose for that is to maintain our understanding that this course is built upon the process of writing. And so we walk through that process together. So each week, what you will see is by 8 a.m., a couple of things will happen. An announcement is published. We'll take a look at our first one in just a second. The calendar will show what the guided questions and learning objectives for the week are, and then the corresponding module with the assignments for that module that are due and the due date. Okay, so we are on our first week, the dates for that week, what we hope to achieve, as well as the assignments in the module that will be due. Now, what this does is just give you an idea of what you will be doing throughout the week, because then it's time, I'm going to scroll quickly, to go back up and take a look at the announcement. So we do have our first announcement that just does a little bit of intro. Again, this announcement typically will be providing an overview of our week, as well as any other information that I would need you to have to get started. Once you have an understanding or have had a chance to read that, you're going to go to modules. Again, the syllabus link we're going to go to in some depth in just a minute. So our modules is where our information and assignments are housed. And I want to point out a couple of things to you. You'll notice that this module, which if it were closed, it would look like this. Okay. They open and close almost like a digital book. But there's a couple of things I want you to note about this. This is a module that has the dates. That means this is the week we will be working in this module. These that are called resources are just that. They are text resources that we will use, but they're also available to you at any time. So each week you will see a new module. This says first day, which is really our first few days. The following week you'll see week 1 published. You'll open up the module. So there's a couple of things to notice here. One is this. When you see a due date behind something, it means that is an assignment that needs to be submitted. So it'll give you the assignment, it'll give you the due date and the points, and it'll also tell you what it is. So if you remember from the intro video, W1, EW1, week 1, everyday writing 1. Again, we're going to go into some length of this a little bit later on, but I just want you to recognize that in the module, those with due dates behind them mean they're assignments. What that means is that if there is a page, such as this one, that does not have a due date on it, it means it's a content page. You'll notice they are numbered, so it's very much like a digital book. So you would start with page 1 because each of the pages houses either an assignment or specific content that you need for that assignment. So you don't want to skip pages, which is why I have them numbered. This is the intro. So it's the first page for the week. It's going to have our learning outcomes, what we hope to achieve as a result of finishing this particular module. This goes through some specific intro information. Once you get to the bottom of the page, it's going to prompt you to click Next. And we come to our first assignment. This is a discussion board assignment. We're going to be doing several discussion boards throughout the semester. So what you would do is you would read through the assignment, read through what you need to post for your assignment. The rubric, which means this is how I'm going to grade this, is there. And then you would come down and add your discussion post. Typically what I say, great rule of thumb, draft the post on a document and then move it over. One of the reasons is if you have a glitch in your internet, you've done this great 300, 400, 500 word post and something happens and you lose it. Putting it on a document first and then moving it over is the best way to not lose hard work that you've done. Okay? Especially when we consider that we will be organizing these posts through the writing process. So it's a great way to go through a little bit of revise, edit on it before you post it. Okay? To post something, you would just come into here and hit reply and it opens up, and you notice it looks very much like Word. You've got a lot of different tools that you can use. So you would compose your post, and in this case I'm asking us to get to know each other. What's your name? Why did you decide to go to college? If you could have one song playing every time you entered a room, what would it be and why? So there's several different things I want you to include in your post, but then you also have 2 responses. And when we do responses in discussion boards, they need to keep a conversation going. These discussion boards are our way to really engage with each other in our digital platform. So I consider these kind of like our own personal social media, so to speak, because it is meant for us to collaborate on. Once you've finished with your post, you would just hit this button, Post Reply. Now, I've already posted mine. When you're ready to respond to somebody, you would go to their specific post, just like you do on any social media, and you see you've got a couple of options. Of course, you can give it a thumbs up, but you would also want to or need to reply to at least 2 people, hopefully more if the conversation gets going. And so when you do that, you would just go under hit reply. Again, it opens up. But what that will do is create the thread underneath that particular post. Once you finish with the discussion board, you're going to click Next, go to page 3. Again, we notice that we have an assignment. It is due by Sunday. This is in regards to the syllabus. So there will be a video posted underneath here for you to watch that's going to walk you through our syllabus and the different pieces and parts. And then it's going to ask you to take a quiz. Now this is not really a quiz, it's more of just an inventory, but in order to do that you would just click on it and then begin to answer each of the questions accordingly. Okay, there are a total of 20 questions, and they're going to show them to you one at a time, so answer and then just click next. Once you're finished, you would hit submit and then go down to next, to the next page. This is another assignment. It's just a quiz that helps me understand what resources you have that are important to your success. So you're just going to click on take the survey and go ahead and answer. There's 13 questions on this one. Once you've answered all of them, you would hit submit quiz. It doesn't like that I'm not doing all of the questions, and then hit next. This one is an assignment regarding some live and online learning reflection. And what this module is really meant to do is to walk you through the different ways things are submitted. So this one is going to ask you to start assignment, and it's going to open up a text box. Once you have read the introduction, once you have read the instructions, you've watched the video, now complete it based on the guidelines. And to do that, you just hit that button up there that said start, and it's going to open up a text box because this particular assignment is asking you to do a text entry. So once you type in your response based on the directions, you would just hit submit assignment and move on to the next one. This one is going to ask you to attach a document. So again, this module, this intro module, does a couple of things. It allows us to get to know each other. It allows also for you to see the different ways in which you'll be submitting assignments through Canvas. So this one is going to ask you to open up a document. You can use Word, you can use Google Doc, both, either one can be submitted here. Google Doc, you would need to submit it as a PDF. So what I'm asking you to do, just read the intro on this assignment. Your directions are written right here, even down to how you want to save this. And then on that document, you're going to answer these particular questions and then submit the Word document. In order to do that, click on Start Assignment. And what you will notice is this. You have file uploads. So you're going to upload your file in either PDF or Word. So if I click Up File, I just choose which one I am going to upload. See if I can find a quick, there we go. I'm going to click I agree, and then I'm going to click Submit. Give it a second, and you're good to go. If you see this button that says New Attempt, it means that you have submitted it. You're good to go. Okay. And then finally, each week will end with a checklist. The checklist shows you, just like on the homepage calendar, each of the assignments that are due in that module. Now, there are 7 pages in our module this week, right? However, these are the 5 assignments that need to be submitted. That means pages 1 and pages 7 are content pages. You don't ignore them, you still read through them, but I do try to end our week with a checklist so that you can see and make sure you've gotten everything taken care of. These other modules that you see are resource modules. There are different textbooks in here. We'll reference them throughout. There are also different PDFs and resources on writing, grammar, reading, also student resources. So you can absolutely take a look at those. We will again reference them. I'll pull them up into the modules as needed, but you always have access to them. So if you're looking for some different ways to, let's say, craft your thesis, or look at developing body paragraphs, or looking at essay structure and outline. What about MLA submissions or MLA arranging your supporting details? So there's a lot of different resources here that can help you throughout. So just make sure you know that those are there for you. Again, this is a course where you do not purchase a textbook. This is what we call an open education resources. I've built it based on anything that I can find that's open access or created myself so that you don't have to purchase a textbook. So that takes care of our modules. Let's go back over to our home page. Again, Our homepage will house a lot of the information that you need as far as a step process for, let's say, every Monday morning. Check announcements, check our calendar, check the modules, start thinking about what is due, what work needs to be included in order to submit those assignments on time, and then begin to plan out your week. Typically, we'll have 2 due dates throughout the week, usually in the middle of the week and then at the end of the week. Wednesdays and Sundays are typically our due date weeks, or due dates during the week. All right, so I hope this has helped. I thank you for watching. Please know you'll have access to this video at all times so that you can reference it whenever needed. You are now ready to begin our course, and as always, please let me know. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. Have a great day, and I'll see you online.